What if I told you that you can finish the laboratory without wasting all your guns in the game? Have you ever tried doing the laboratory the cheap way in Last Day on Earth? Today I'm going to show you how I clear it using a basic Glock and a melee weapon like machetes, crowbar, katanas, or even the spare or any weapons that you are comfortable with. But let me be honest with you first. Doing the laboratory cheap way comes with consequences. You will definitely save firearms, but you will spend more healing items, bandages, and armor. This method is not perfect, but it works if you want to be smart with your resources. The laboratory is one of the most difficult locations in the game. You will face acid melter, which I personally dislike the most because of their toxic spit and heavy damage. You'll also encounter slashers that causes a bleeding effect, the spores bloater that deals with constant damage, and the radiation in some zones that slowly drains your health if you are not extra careful. So let's get started. In my case, I bring unmodified Glock and any melee weapons that I wanted. In my case, I prefer katana or machete because they deal more damage compared to the cheaper weapons. Though, of course, nobody will stop you from bringing a spare. Spare only needs 3 logs to craft, so that is the most and the cheapest weapon you can ever have in the laboratory. And yes, you can use it, but I doubt if I will do it because I don't want to spend much time, especially in the laboratory. I call this a cheap way because you can also use the spare, as what I said, if you want to do the wall trick. But this trick only works with the big zombies, not on smaller and faster ones. Before going inside, you must prepare properly. Bring items for the bioreactor, such as seaweed or any other fuel items shown in the bioreactor screen. Bring med kits, bandages, food, and clean water. Always bring an extra set of clothes because your armor will break faster using this method. An inhaler is very important to always also bring it. And if you have a reanimator, well, I think it's better to use it. It can save your run. When choosing the perk, I always pick the Toxic Avenger as my first perk because it helps me control the acid effect. This is the perk I use in the A1. This perk reduces the impact of the but the toxic spit, but remember it does not reduce the damage from the normal attack of the acid melter. So keep your distance. For the second perk in the A2 room, I also choose I always choose all in when I am confident. But if you don't want to risk losing everything, which is the perk of the all in, choose the agility instead. Agility makes you run and move faster, can save you many times inside the laboratory. Only all in can help you stand with the traps, stand with the stuns, but all in is a very dangerous perk because once you are defeated, you will lose everything. So if you use it, be extra careful. Now let's talk about how actually we clear the lab. Your first goal is to clear all small zombies first. Small zombies are fast, aggressive, and they can interrupt your wall trick. If you leave them alive, they would surround you while you're trying to fight with the bigger enemies. And that's how most player fails their run. Use your Glock carefully. Yeah, always take down the little zombies. Take control of your shot and try to weaken the enemy and finish them with your melee weapon. This method saves you resources and helps your weapons last longer. Once the small zombies are gone, that's when you can safely use the wall trick on big zombies. To do the wall trick, stand on the corner of the wall or a door frame. When the big zombie starts its attack animation, step out, hit once and or twice with your spare or any melee weapon that you have, then immediately step back behind the wall. This way, the zombie won't be able to hit you, but you can slowly lower down its health. So what I did is I listened to the sound, and then I go out, hit and hide. Another listen to 1, 2, hit and hide. That's how simple it is. These tricks work very well on big ones because they are slow enemies, but it does not work with the small ones which are fast zombies. So you don't even try it on them. Be extra careful with the spores bloater. Do not stand too close to them because their toxic cloud will damage you constantly. Hit and move and never stay in one place for too long if you are facing this zombie. When you reach the radiation area, always watch your health bar. Do not stay in the radiation area that longer. Move quickly, loot smartly, and don't get greedy. Greed always ruins most of the runs in the laboratory. This cheap way method is not about being fast, it's about being patient. You are trading with time and healing items to save guns and rare weapons. So if you rush, you will fail your run. If you panic, you will lose everything. So take time, lure the enemies, use the door, use the corners, control the fight instead of letting them control you. This method is not perfect. It's a little bit risky. It's a little bit stressful. But if you master it, you can clear the laboratory even with just basic gear. You don't need legendary weapons. You need timing, patience, and smart movement. So, would you rather save your guns or spend your heals and armors or go full power and risk running out of weapons later? See you again tomorrow.